Hey, this is Ryder Strong from Boy Meets World, and you're listening to Cinescape.
Welcome to the Cinescape Podcast, where we're changing the landscape of movie and TV news and reviews. Good afternoon, 5 minutes early from a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Westville, New Jersey, in the Toxic Radio Studio. I am Sean Harrigan, joined always by my good buddy Bill Tozzi. What's up, Bill?
Not much, man. This is an incredible weekend we got outside here.
It is. It's very nice. You know, where we came from, where we live, you know, it's kind of shitty out.
Yeah.
Overcast and not very nice.
Very gloomy.
But once we got down here, you know, bright, sunshiny, 80-something degree weather.
Looks like London. Looks like London up that way.
So we're
tough day in London.
We're very happy to you know, be blessed with some nice weather. We're also blessed to have Toxic Mike back in the studio today. What's up, Michael?
Hey guys.
Hey, welcome, Meal Prep
Mike.
Mike.
You.
Meal prep. Now I start tagging you every time I do meal prep. Just
hashtag.
Just so that you know I'm thinking of you while I'm cooking my meat.
Yeah. Let that simmer in your head, folks.
We also have a brand new addition, as just a minute ago. DJ is here with us today. Also, he brought us some beer. Hey, DJ.
Savior of the day. Hey, DJ.
What's going on, everyone?
Oh, we're so glad you stopped in, DJ. Thank you. We had a very busy week, Bill.
Yeah.
Not only did we go see Wonder Woman on Thursday, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later on in the show. Yesterday, we were at Wizard World Comic-Con in Philadelphia. We're going to be talking about that as well. And in just a couple of minutes, we have a very special guest calling in. You want to reveal who it is now, Bill?
I will. It is Thomas Ian Nicholas.
No way.
From the American Pie series and Rookie of the Year.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
No bullshit.
We really have him.
We really,
we
got him. He's
oh
gonna
be.
He's gonna be calling in shortly. He's down there at
Henry Rowan-Gardner himself.
Henry Rowan-Gardner.
Holy shit!
The frozen rope from the bleachers. We'll be calling in. We talked to now a second person from the American Pie series.
Yes.
Within about a month's span, maybe a little bit more. And just another incredible, just down-to-earth person from the series. And he's got a lot of great things coming up. Things with his band, things with a new movie that he's working on. So we'll get to be catching up with him shortly. And, maybe he can give us a little, insight as to what's going on the last day of Comic-Con as,
he is still there this afternoon.
Field reporter, yeah,
he's going to be taking a couple minutes out of his busy schedule to take some time to talk with us. So we're very happy about that. So in just a couple minutes, like I said, he will be calling in. But we wanted to let you guys know that today's show is brought to you by our good friends over at Alternate Dimension Toys. Stop in today for the largest collection of toys, collectibles, and Funko Pop figures. Andy and the crew are at Wizard World today, as they have been all weekend. Stop by and check them out at their booth. I think it's in like the 1200 aisle section.
Yeah, it's over to the right.
Yeah, when you first walk in, it's to the right, a couple aisles over. Stop in, see what kind of deal he has going on, and show him some love and tell him that we sent you. We also wanted to let you guys know that we have just formed a new partnership, so to say, with a outlet, Hotchka Philadelphia. They from time to time have advanced movie screening passes to give out. So we're going to be working in conjunction with them. They're going to be giving us some cool stuff, and we're going to be helping to promote them. So go ahead onto Twitter and find them. It is at HOTCHKA_PHL if you are in the Philadelphia area, and check them out. They're doing giveaways. I just posted the a Blu-ray giveaway that they have going on right now, and they're also always doing those advanced screenings. So make sure you check them out and try to get some free tickets.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Definitely, and we're looking forward to getting some free tickets from them upcoming soon.
Yeah. As we await the arrival of Thomas Ian Nicholas, what did you think of yesterday's con?
Oh, I had a great time. I know by the end of the day, you and I, we were both kind of worn out from walking around all day. Plus, we were, drunk.
Right. Yeah. It takes a little bit of a toll on you. You know, my calves were pretty flexed out yesterday. But you know what? I like the new layout that they had going on.
Yeah, it was a lot
year.
more, open. They had all the celebrity guests, right in the center of the floor, which is nice. And the years past, at least last year, they were all kind of pushed over to the far right. Yeah, so everything was kind of centered around that, which made like the traffic flow of everybody walking around the different aisles and everything a lot easier. I had written a little recap last night when I had gotten home and posted it on our website that you can go in and check out now. But like I was just saying, it felt very easy to maneuver around and get to where you wanted to go without feeling crowded or bumping into people and just having that kind of claustrophobic kind of time. So yeah, I really enjoyed it this year. What were you thinking about that, Bill?
I just think the same thing. The way that it just dispersed the crowd, being able to go a little bit past things and kind of everything's here in the center as far as the celebrities go, but being able to just walk out of that and just go back into the stands and just check out the the cool vendors and stuff like that. It wasn't like here's all the vendors and you had to walk through all the vendors then to get to see the celebrities and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's where obviously all the long lines are going to be. And then that ends up pushing out into the vendors areas and stuff like that. And, just can create a big sandwich.
Yeah, and I really didn't think that lines for anything were really all that bad at all. Like even a lot of the celebrity guests that were there, we didn't stand in line to really meet anybody, but though we did get to talk to a bunch of them. But at no point did we have to stand and wait for long periods of time. Yeah. I don't know if it's whether. I don't think it's just because they didn't have a lot of people going to see them, but I just think like we were just talking about with the layout, they had, the line setups to where, it didn't appear like, there's just this mass of people waiting around for a long time. So that was also good. Some of the people that we did get to talk to, you might have heard on the intro to our show. We talked to Christy Swanson from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Deadpool creator Rob Liefeld, we got to talk to him. He did a little intro for us. One of my favorites that we got to talk to, as Boy Meets World, I've said this before, is still and always
will be. Dude, you gushed over him,
my
man.
favorite show.
Oh my God, this guy! You should have seen this guy gushing over fucking Sean Hunter from Boy Meets World.
Yeah, Ryder Strong himself.
I swear,
was there.
you caught him like right after he came back from like his little lunch break, and you like saw him and you walked on him. And I was like, Sean, Ryder Strong's back, and you're like, you just rushed over to him, and you like put your elbows on the counter to him, and you're like, do you understand who you are?
It wasn't Topanga.
Topanga.
Like, you were like, you have no idea what you've done to me. Like,
I mean, I didn't say it like that. No, creepy like.
This is how it was coming across, though. Like fanboy status over here. We're like watching fucking Ryder Strong from Boy Meets World.
Here, I'm going to play his little soundbite that he gave us.
Hey, this is Ryder Strong from Boy Meets World, and you're listening to Cinescape.
I mean, how cool is that? Like, my favorite show growing up, and somebody that I idolized watching on TV. We got to take a couple minutes to talk to him, and he gave us a cool little show idea. So you can't beat it. Who else did we get to talk to, Bill?
We talked to Michael Rooker for a hot minute, a little bit. Who else did we have?
Lou Ferrigno told us no.
Lou Ferrigno, dick.
Couldn't get him.
And
who was that dude that you asked to marry you?
Cole Sprouse.
I don't know what he's from.
No, me neither. But there was
like Vampire Diaries or something.
All these like little tweens and young women were like hanging out in his line. Yeah. And I mean, obviously the guy was handsome. I'll give him that. But I don't know what he's. He's from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Okay.
He's on that.
I think I was a little too old for that show.
Yeah, I don't know. What else is
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty much what he's been from. Hannah Montana a couple times.
Okay.
I guess he's like a Disney guy.
Yeah, so
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh, yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah, That's So Raven. So yeah, of course, no wonder why young ladies are swooning at him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I walked past him yesterday, and I was like, Cole, marry me. And he turned mid autograph with some young chick and was like, now? And I was like, oh, not now, but, when you got time. Which was pretty nice. So, it was nice to see that he was a fun sport and everything. Who else did we talk to?
We went. We were next to Heather Langenkamp from Nightmare on Elm Street, but we didn't actually get to talk to her. Who else did we see? I'm trying to think. I wanted to talk to John Cusack, but he wasn't there for large portions of the day. John Heater from Napoleon Dynamite was there.
No-show.
I didn't. He was a no-show completely because I didn't see him one time at all.
I would assume. I mean, nobody was even at his booth every time we walked by. So
I don't know if we just kept missing him or what the deal was, but at no point during the day yesterday had I seen him. Maybe he just wasn't scheduled for Saturday. It could be the case. We'd have to go back and look at that one, but yeah, he wasn't there. Anytime that we would walk past. But yeah, there's definitely there's some Buffy actors there from the show, not the movie. One girl from Charmed was there. Holly Marie Combs. There's a lot of cool people there. If we had more time and we're a little bit drunker, maybe we would have went up to them and tried to get more sound bites. But the ones that we did get were really cool, and we're very fortunate to be able to have done that.
Yeah.
I also was granted a press pass for this event.
Which didn't really seem to do anything different than a regular pass.
All it really did for yesterday while we were there was basically just get me in for free. I didn't have to pay. But if I were able to go down either Thursday or Friday, I was working. But I would have been able to get interviews with some of the guests there. I really wanted to go down Friday. I had to take my car into the shop, unfortunately, so I missed out on that. But, it's a good foot in the door for an event like this, especially, they look for your like recaps or write-ups that you've done for it when you do apply for them the following year. So, next year when I reapply for it, I can, put a link up to that, and then maybe we can both get them and, get a little bit more secret access to the ongoings of Wizard World itself.
Get access to that little employee buffet that was...
Don't mention that one.
That was a little out in the public.
Bill's sticky fingers came out a little bit yesterday.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Shame on them for leaving their...
now we're definitely not getting past
food tray exposed. So...
Did you do the whole buffet with a Ziploc bag and...
No, I wasn't greedy. I just took what I needed and left. Just a quick pretzel and a water.
Yep.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Glad you didn't have me drunk. I would have been taking it all. I would have walked away with a tray.
Dude, I mean, well, they just had it like right in the open, and I mean, nobody was monitoring it, and I just was like, all right, well, get a quick pretzel here. I saw a cheesesteak, chafing tray, but I didn't see any.
Chafing?
Yeah, chafing dishes.
Chafing dishes,
Chafing what?
The big metal trays that you put sternos underneath to keep warm.
Like when you go to catered events, there you got the
only chafing I know of is when you go to an amusement park and you're walking around all day and you get the chafing. That's all I know.
Well, that's if you got fucking. Well, that's if you got big gross thighs that are rubbing against each other. You're getting that.
Wow, I'm Italian.
Wow. That chub rub down there.
The chub rub.
Yeah.
We ever have a toxic radio party? I'm gonna make like.
Oh my god!
The dip will be called chub rub.
That's what I marinate my steaks with.
I feel like it's ranch based. Ranch based.
Mayo based.
Oh my god. Ranch.
Yeah, so we are waiting for Thomas to call in, like we said. While we're doing that, we might as well just jump right into our topics for the day. We're going to kick it off with some buzz. Some TV buzz, where we're going to highlight the biggest news stories from the world of TV. We just have a couple for you guys this week. HBO has renewed Veep for a 7th season and Silicon Valley for a 5th season. Also announced along with that was that TJ Miller will be leaving the show after season 4, Silicon Valley. The producers of Silicon Valley and TJ Miller have mutually agreed that TJ will not return for season 5, the network said in a statement. In Ehrlich Bachman, TJ has brought a new life to an unforgettable character, and while his presence on the show will be missed, we appreciate his contribution and look forward to future collaborations. This is a bad story for me. I absolutely love this show. Bill, I know you don't watch it, but
I've seen it a little bit.
Okay, I know you would love it. It's hilarious. TJ Miller is so funny in the show, and I really think it's going to take a step back, when the season ends and season 5 does come around. without
Did
him
he
being
say
there.
anything why as to his departure?
All it said was that it was just a mutual agreement. His movie career is starting to take off more and more. So he's he's in Deadpool and he's in all these other popular movies these days. I think he's a voice in the Emoji movie coming up. So you hit the big time when you're there. But a little bit of a upsetting story if you're a Silicon Valley or a TJ Miller fan, but hopefully the rest of the season will be great and he'll leave us with some really good, funny episodes. We're gonna move on. I think Bill just got a text from somebody.
I just started watching that Silicon Valley.
Oh, sorry to burst your bubble.
I watched 2 episodes,
Uh-huh.
and because I've heard a little bit about it, I dig it. He's a real dick in that show.
Oh, yeah.
Just starting off, I'm like, I despise him with so much loathing of an a-hole I could possibly despise. And like I said, I'm only 2 episodes in. I just got free HBO from Fios, and I almost don't want to watch it because my hatred for him has become so strong that I watch it. And every time he comes on the screen, I'm like, you are a dick. Just had to put my 2 cents in there.
It's the one funny thing to notice, like he's a very avid marijuana smoker on the show, and every time he's smoking, the drugs, it's always out of something different. It's never like the same like piece or whatever.
I like how you tried to act like you didn't know about smoking.
I don't know about these marijuanas.
He was smoking out a different kind of piece.
He's smoking that reefer.
Don't know what kind of piece I want to smoke out of today.
Smoking peace pipe.
I haven't smoked marijuana with an H for quite some time. Marijuana.
I don't do that anymore, Bill.
Yeah, I know, but
do that anymore.
I liked how you acted like you didn't know anything about it anymore. Like, I don't know what kind of word to use here for the aperture of which he smokes his delightful
all right, he
bud.
don't use the same bowl anymore, all right?
The wacky tobacco.
There he is, folks. There's the pothead we all know. No, just kidding.
Sorry,
Sean,
kids.
we know you've been drug-free for quite a while.
Yes, drug-free the way to be, kids.
Yeah,
Straight
but
edge.
he's not a stranger from boofing, folks.
No, absolutely not.
This guy,
as Chris Owen from American Pie also can attest to.
guy is a
we're all
avid
big
boofer.
boofing, butt-chugging fans.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, you never heard of boofing over there?
No.
What's
Butt-chugging?
wrong with you?
Boofing?
Butt
I know
chugging, dude.
butt chugging.
Well, it's the same thing. It's just a different word.
Right.
It's an adjective or a homonym.
I could
or
go really
homophone.
vulgar right now.
Adverb?
I'm
Is
gonna
it an
like
adverb?
I could go really vulgar.
One of
right now. I'm
those.
gonna stop myself.
What's an adverb again?
It's
forget.
a word that describes a verb.
Oh,
It's like an
okay.
adjective for a verb.
Oh, okay.
The New Jersey and Philly education system
Yeah.
right here
Coming
for you
together.
guys.
All right, we have another one. Another show that I've enjoyed, Sci-Fi's Channel Zero. It has added 2 actors to its Season 3 cast in Brandon Scott and Holland Roden, while Season 2's No End House is set to premiere this October. There has not been an announcement on the title or synopsis for Season 3 as of yet. So they're already jumping the gun here, talking about Season 3 before Season 2 has even gotten started. Did you watch any of that first
Zero?
season yet?
No.
Channel Zero? Have you watched 0 episodes of that?
I've watched
Hey,
0
see it?
episodes of it.
It's only 6 episodes, really easy.
Well, that's what I like. I like those. You know,
You don't have to think a lot.
Yeah, that's been a
Don't
gripe
spend
of
a lot
mine.
of time.
Yeah, these like 12, 13 episode seasons that just come out all at once, and like you're just meant to consume your life for a month and a half. Like,
Well, that's why we do this show, Bill.
yeah, but you know what? I'm not a product of this new kind of binge watching. All right, I'm gonna a weekly series, Friday night. Thank God it's Friday. Sit on your couch, make some popcorn. Crack open a nice ice cold Dr. Pepper. Sit on my couch. All 23 flavors jumbling around in my mouth, doing its thing, refreshing, taking the popcorn from my mouth out of the molars into my stomach. That's how I like it. Give me that. Every Friday night, maybe with an alternate show on a Tuesday, just to mix it up. But that's what I want, okay?
The guy spends
I don't
more
wanna
time on
binge.
his TV watching preparation than the actual TV watching. It's crazy. All right, let's move along. Bill, read our
Let's
next
move
one.
along.
This one's exciting.
Better be. All right, let me get back over here. Sin City is being rebooted as a television series with The Walking Dead. Showrunner Glenn Mazzara as a writer and director Len Wiseman directing. Though no further details about the series have been made available, it is said to be sticking close to the graphic novel source material. You, Sean, are a big... Wow. you know about Walking Dead. You know quite a bit about it. You follow the show.
Yeah, I know. DJ is a big fan as well.
DJ's a fan. How do you feel about this getting you think it's going to have a little Sin City type touch to it?
I mean, this is definitely interesting and exciting if you're a fan of the Sin City comics or movies.
Wow.
I like the first Sin City. The second one was all right, and it took way too long to put that movie out after the first one had come out. It was a very large time gap in between.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, a comic like this with so much backstory is really right more for television than it is for, you know, a 2-hour feature film. I haven't read any of the comics myself, but you know, with how long it's been around, there's, you know, I'm sure there's so many ways that they can go with that and you know, drag it out or whatever they want to do. With, you know, same way they do Walking Dead, you know, it's a comic series as well that they're adapting for TV. You know, there's just so many different side stories that you can cherry pick off of and characters that you can throw in there. And, you know, it should be interesting to see. I'll definitely check it out. You know, we don't know when it's going to be available or, you know, what channel it's going to be on, but, you know, when we do find out that information, we'll share it out with you guys on our social media.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, that just it just keeps the whole Walking Dead thing going for even longer, you know. And the only question I want to know is just who the hell's fucking mowing the lawn out there on Walking Dead? You know, how does this place so goddamn manicured all well, you know?
Well, they have the zombie goats out there.
Zombie goats?
Yeah, they range and
eat. A lot of people say it's just because there's so many zombies just pushing down the grass. You know, that's the fan theory out there.
Push the little daisies and make them come up.
Yeah. But, you know, why don't you go ahead, Sean, read this next one, because I just got wind of this the other day, and
you broke wind the other day.
Broke wind the other day.
Yeah, I just put this one up last night on our show notes when we had gotten home from Comic-Con. We had talked about this a couple of times in the past. Tales from the Crypt. We know there's going to be a new reboot coming on TNT, but the reboot is officially dead. Confirmed by TNT president Kevin Riley.
You are dead.
He cites the reasoning as a complicated legal mess, unquote. So I'm not sure, you know, the inner workings on what the actual issue is.
This seems like the hardest show to, like the show itself is nothing more than just the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah.
And, you got him? He's calling in? He's calling in.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a landmark show that people have been clamoring for it to come back for or anything like that. It's just, you know, an anthology kind of show with, you know, short stories intertwined, whatever. You know, whatever. I'm not really all upset about this. You know, we're not going to see
But
it.
it's just like, it's the fucking Crypt Keeper in, like, you know, a costume. Like, nobody's got to take control of that. And then it's just the fucking stories that just take place. It seems like the easiest show to fuck up.
M. Night Shyamalan was supposed to, like, be producing or directing these, and that's not happening.
It was taken off, you know, as something serious, and then now it's fallen flat. Dead.
Yeah.
Dead. You are dead. Beep boop beep. What movie? Come on, what movie?
What movie?
Yeah. Oh, come on, Mike. You know, right? No.
I don't know.
Okay.
Not a clue.
The
Ace Ventura?
no. It was from
Oh, I love that movie.
Independence Day?
No, 22 Jump Street.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
What, you never watched that movie? It's fun.
Jesus.
It's not a quotable movie.
No, it's not.
I just gave you a quote.
Well, who knows that, though?
I do. Now you do.
The only one. You try to start it up. You're trying to get it going.
I'm starting it up.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. All right, well, we think we have Thomas calling in sometime in the next minute or two.
He said he's calling.
He said he's calling in.
Unless Bill gave him his own
Bill
personal
right now.
number, he just keeps calling his number.
Yeah. He's like, should I call yourself?
Just you go out the hallway and just have a private conversation.
Hi, how are you? Tell me about Rookie of the Year.
You come back,
What was it like working with John Candy?
you come back, you just fill us in on everything that happened in your conversation.
So this is everything that he told me, all right? It's really cool. All right, Gary Busey's a little weird, and this is what he's working on.
All right, well, we're gonna
As we are counting
trudge
down
along.
moments away from the space launch,
I feel like this is making our listeners
Cape
more
Canaveral,
anticipating.
right?
We're just gonna go ahead and flip the script until we get
Makes
him
me need
on.
a Xanax.
We're going to jump right into our film news. Right away, sad one here. Justice League director Zack Snyder has stepped away from the project as news broke that his daughter had committed suicide back in March. Snyder broke his silence, saying, "I've decided to take a step back from the movie to be with my family, be with my kids who really need me. In my mind, I thought it was a cathartic thing to go back to, just bury myself and see what it was." And let me read that again. And see if that was... This is worded weirdly. And see if that was a way through it. Okay. Demands of this job are pretty insane. It's all time consuming, and in the last 2 months I've come to the realization I've decided to take a step back from the movie to be with my family, be with my kids who really need me. They're all having a hard time. I'm having a hard time. We also had found out that Joss Whedon has stepped into Snyder's place to finish the completion of the movie. While Bill is working over there with Mike to fix our phone issue. DJ, what do you think about this news?
Well, I feel bad for Zack Snyder, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
I can only imagine what his family's going through. I think he made the right decision stepping down because DC's been having so much trouble with their DCU cinematic universe. It's just going to cause more of a strain on the whole everything. So bringing Josh Whedon, I think, is a good thing as long as he doesn't kill, like, I don't know, Flash. Just because he wants to kill somebody like he always does in everything he touches. But other than that, I think it's a great idea to have him come in and finish it. I mean, Josh is a much better film editor than Zack Snyder is, in my opinion. So
yeah, the way that, you know, what the article had read that I gotten this snippet from, it's not that Joss Whedon had came in, you know, after this all had happened. He had actually been brought in prior to that to start working on like the post-production process, reshoots,
yeah.
So
I
things
know there's
like
a couple
that.
scenes that he's going to be reshooting, scenes that they're adding that they're going to be shooting, and then he's going to be taking over the editing process of it. So
yeah, I think it's really interesting. At the same time, you know, Joss gave us the first 2 Avengers movies, and now he's going to be, you know, having his hands in the Justice League movie. So, you know, the 2 biggest superhero, well, arguably the 2 big superhero teams, you know, he's going to, you know, have his hand in both of these pots here. And that's pretty cool in a sense. Age of Ultron wasn't the strongest movie for me. I know we've talked about that on the show before. Yeah. So hopefully, you know, maybe if he's not having too much to do, you know, just a couple reshoots here and there, post-production edits, whatever it may be, you know, it's not going to be too jarring or taking away from what Zack Snyder was already in the process of doing. You know,
don't expect it to become Marvel humor funny type.
Yeah.
Just because Josh Whedon took it over.
Yeah, hopefully not. You know, we're going to get into our Wonder Woman discussion later, but, you know, DC doesn't need to add, you know, the humor element.
No, they really never had too much of a humor.
No, I mean, I like
comics that Marvel.
Yeah, despite my problems with BVS, like I like the fact that there weren't, you know, the stupid comedy interactions there. Like, you don't need that when you're, you know,
especially in a dark scenario that Zack Snyder has created. With
like
the whole
I know
universe, so.
DC they want to kind of lighten up a little bit, but they don't seem like they want to be jokey at the same time. And you know, when we do get to Wonder Woman, you know, that was a good example of how to use humor in a way that doesn't detract too much from the movie at the same time. So we'll get more into that a little bit later. They're still working on this issue over here. I don't know.
See what happens when I step away from the board? You have all these fucking technical issues, Michael.
Bill, give us a lowdown. What's going on over there?
I talked to Thomas and Nicholas, and he's got to go do his escape room thing at 2:30.
Okay.
We got a little bit of technical difficulty. I don't know if you know, DJ's been, you know, sticking his fingers where they shouldn't be.
I haven't been here
crossing
in a
wires
week
over
because
there?
my eye has been infected. So.
Well, what did I tell you about eating ass? Jesus Christ. But Mike's looking into the matter right now, seeing what's been going on. Obviously, you know, these things happen. He's, you know, Tom is obviously understanding of what's going on, so he's going to check back with us when he's done. This thing's said takes about 15-20 minutes, depending on you know, how smart people are on his escape room team. So hopefully, you know, we can catch him on the tail end of the show.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get him on towards the end of the show.
He said he'll check back in with me towards you know, towards 3 o'clock. So
all right,
no
big deal. We'll
Mike
still
will
be
work
here.
his magic, and we'll everything will work.
Either that,
out.
or we'll just have to go longer.
Yeah. So
Bill,
Just wait longer.
we had just talked the Zack Snyder news while you had stepped away.
Which part about his kids?
Yeah,
I mean, we can all attest to the success Zack Snyder's had with these movies and stuff like that, despite some shortcomings in the in the DC universe in general. But you know what? He's got a family issue taking place here. Something that he obviously kept private for a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And
or
something
2
like
months almost.
Yeah, and I mean, you know what? It's obviously just swelling, and it's just for him, for his family, they need to take this time to just get things right and move forward. And they got Joss Whedon, which for a guy in the biz, everybody knows. They're bringing in somebody that they feel is capable of just carrying out the final phases of this film.
And he is doing Batgirl as well.
Yeah.
Joss.
So it's just something to, help the project, help the company move forward and get things done on a timely schedule here. So, I mean, the movie's already done. Everything's, where it needs to be. So,
he's just doing some post-production work.
Yeah, so it shouldn't really be much that's going on at this point. But... wow, it's funny seeing the technicians work. But yeah, wow, Marley's dead.
Well, speaking of dead, former James Bond actor Roger Moore passed away last week.
You are dead.
At the age of 89 following his battle with cancer. I'm not laughing because of what I'm actually reading. Moore played the iconic spy.
Because of wow.
Yes. Moore played the iconic spy 7 times, more than any other actor to date.
Who's your favorite Bond actor?
Pierce Brosnan.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though he's starred in the fewest?
That's fine. He was 4, right?
Yeah.
Well, Daniel Craig's done
3.
3.
3.
And
So
he's set to do 4.
If he wants to.
Yeah, if he doesn't slit his wrist before that, like he said he wants to do.
He'll do it.
Well, I mean, I grew up with Pierce Brosnan. GoldenEye.
Yeah, I mean,
64.
who didn't want
Come on.
Who didn't want a BMW Z3 back in like 1997?
I know I did.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, Roger Moore was classic. A lot of good movies he did as well. For the series, but I mean, there's no denying Sir Sean Connery.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go
Welcome to the Rock. Found yourself between a rock and a hard place.
I'm waiting to be impressed.
Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. Carla was the prom queen. Little Nick Cage for you.
We'll have to get some Sean Connery clips for future episodes. Bill, read our next story, please.
During an interview at the Cannes Film Festival, Arnold Schwarzenegger confirmed that he'll be starring in the new Terminator sequel, directed by James Cameron, saying, "It is back. I will be in the movie."
Stop it!
No, I'm in the movie.
whining.
No, I'm in it. I'm in the movie. Can you believe it? It's me.
You son of a bitch.
It's Turbo Man. Jamie, it's me. It's your father. I'm Turbo Man.
Put the cookie down.
I'm more mixed about this. I'm kind of tired of us trying to refigure out Terminator each time. The one thing I will say is T2 coming out again this summer in August.
They were releasing it in like 3D.
So it's going to get a full 3D release. This has been going on for a few years now, where they've been remastering the footage of T2. Bringing it up to HD specifications, getting it ready for 3D showings starting in August, which I'm excited to go see. But one thing that has been expressed is that Terminator and Predator have some cross ties to it. And I honestly would love to see us, get into like a Terminator, Predator, kind of this, worldly genre that, we can maybe tie in aliens once again. It would be nice to have a certain... timeline of movies that kind of cross upon each other, yet have their own certain feels and similarities. But I mean, certainly Terminator would kind of fall into that umbrella where you have somebody from the future and he's a machine.
People from the future,
and then you have a Predator, you have the alien. I mean, it would just all be pretty damn cool. So.
Well, that's what we thought about Alien vs. Predator.
Yeah.
Look how it turned out.
Yeah.
Shitty.
It could be done better, though.
I don't...
You don't think so?
I'm not what you were saying. I mean, just another Terminator movie in general. I mean, obviously, we kind of talk down on these franchises that are getting rebooted a lot, but I think this is one that would constitute a reboot. How many more times can we see Arnold in the same, shitty quality movie that we've gotten with these last bunch of Terminator movies? And they really have gotten away from what made the first one so special with that more of a horror element to it. And that's the way that I would like to see a new Terminator go. You obviously have the sci-fi, aspect there with, time travel and all that stuff and robots and whatever it may be. But, the thing that made you, delve into that movie was because it was frightening at the same time. His character from the first and the second differ so much. I would like to see it get more to the original. I think the second one is the better movie, but I like the tone of the original Terminator a lot better, and that's kind of the way that I'd like to see that go. So I mean, if they can get back to the way that they had originally started that franchise, that'd be really nice. But most likely we're gonna get something schlocky like the last couple. Throw Jai Courtney in there again, be shitty, or whatever you're gonna do. So a little up on the air, on the fence about this one.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, he does talk a lot though. So
yeah,
will it actually happen or not? We'll have to.
And I mean, it
see.
could just be a payday for him. He just shows up, does his thing, and passes the torch or something like that.
I'm ready for another. Like Kindergarten Cop. Not with Dolph Lundgren in it, though.
Yeah.
Arnold back
Clearly
in the seat.
not. But we got some other news in the news of the new slew of Universal Monster movies that have been given an official title of Dark Universe. So Bride of Frankenstein will follow The Mummy on February 14th, 2019. Along with the news also comes castings as Johnny Depp and Javier Bardem have signed on as the Invisible Man and Frankenstein's monster, respectively. How do you feel about Universal's monsters, now be given the a title, Dark Universe, and it, diving back into the, some of these monster creations that really started the Universal studios and gave them that prominence back in the day, kind of coming back. Do you think this is going to help their image, help their brand to really kind of bolster once again and put themselves back on the map and start a whole new movie franchise in general, too?
I think absolutely. Mummy's getting a lot of buzz. It comes out next Friday.
Yeah.
I actually have advanced tickets to that on Tuesday. But yeah, the type of actors that they're getting for this, Tom Cruise is in The Mummy. Now Johnny Depp, Javier Bardem, Russell Crowe is in the franchise as well. They're adding the upper echelon of the A-list actors to this franchise. They're definitely all in on it. With the star power angle. I can't help but think that eventually they're gonna all team up, obviously, an Avengers style kind of thing. I hope they call it Monster Squad, like the original team up. But I do have a quick thing about the actual title of this. Warner Brothers is considering suing Universal over the title, as they already have this as one of their DC comic titles that they have the rights to. So they're considering, going ahead with legal proceedings about that. So if we hear anything further, it'll probably be in the next week or so. Since this just came out in the last week, will they have to change the title if something does go through where they're not allowed to use it, or will they just have to pay out the ass to account for any kind of wrongdoings? But it'll be an interesting story to follow. You got a beer for me, Bill? No more beer?
I'm gonna go get more in a little bit.
Oh, I love you, DJ. Johnny Depp, I don't know. He just doesn't have it anymore.
That's why he's the Invisible Man. You don't have to see him.
There you go. Javier Bardem, obviously in Pirates 5 as well. Nice little connection there. He is one of probably the top 10 male actors going today. He's a phenomenal actor, so it'll be really cool to see him as.
What about Owen Wilson?
I don't think Owen Wilson has been cast.
Wow.
Maybe he could play like Igor or something.
Wow, it's Marley. Wow.
But it'll be a lot of fun to see, these characters cross over with each other and all the
Absolutely.
different ones. You know, they have the Prodigium place that Russell Crowe mentions in the Mummy trailer. So it's kind of going to be like they're in a continental hotel like in John Wick where all the assassins all hang out. Whatever you want to call it, Sanctum Sanctorum.
John Wick.
So it'll be so much fun to see, you know, the Wolfman hanging out with the Invisible Man and Bride of Frankenstein or whoever, you know, is going to pop up with each other. So
Will the Wolfman have balls?
I hope so. see him clanging around while he's wrecking shop. Anyway, getting back to a PG show. Spider-Man Homecoming star.
Hardly a PG.
I know. Spider-Man Homecoming star Tom Holland has been cast as a young Nathan Drake in the upcoming Uncharted movie. DJ, are you an Uncharted player?
I love Nathan Drake to death.
Whoa.
He's one. Nolan North is the way Nolan North portrayed the character. It's just had me laughing the entire game, even during the gameplay when he's just bantering between him and Sully or whoever it was.
Now, did you play it on PS4 or Xbox?
Well, you can only play it on PlayStation.
That's right. No Xbox.
But yes, I played it. I played it both on PS3 and PS4 because I did own both systems and still own a PS4. Thank you very much. Still have high hopes for Scorpio, but that's another story. As for Tom playing him, I gotta see how he does. Like, I liked how he portrayed Spider-Man in Civil War. I'm holding off reservations on how he's going to do as Nathan until I actually see him as Peter Parker Spider-Man throughout an entire film. Because if he can pull off that sarcasm that Spider-Man has in the suit and out of the suit, then I think he can do a young Nathan Drake pretty well.
Now, do you want to see a movie with just a young Nathan Drake, or would you rather see that as maybe just a small part or a flashback?
Well, consider
because I know a lot of people online have been saying that, you know, they don't want a young Nathan Drake, they don't want like an origin story, but maybe if it's just
it's not really an origin story. From what I've read, they're doing it based on his adventures from the flashbacks of Uncharted 3.
Okay.
Of that young Nathan Drake. So the origin story was in 4. That was Nathan's origin story. So they're not doing that. They're doing that a little bit more later on. He's met Sully at this point, so it's going to be Sully teaching him and growing up that way. So that aspect, yeah, it's an origin, but I don't want them ruining the Uncharted video game timeline. If they're doing expanding on the flashbacks from 3, I think that's a better idea for them because they can keep all the continuity of the games and actually incorporate that into it.
Well, and you know what, too? I mean, I haven't played all the games. I played, I think, the first one. But, you know, this is a character that travels through a very, very colorful, very luscious landscape of a storyline. So I think if anything is going to become of this this movie, if it does spurn, you know, 1 or 2 more sequels after it, here you got a young guy that's going to be growing up anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to get older. He's going to get more mature. So, I mean, then you would have this character that does grow with you on, you know, on the screen through the process and through, you know, these adventures being told. So by the time you get to a second or third movie, the guy's already going to be in his, you know, early 20s and stuff like that.
Tom's not that young. So
he's
for this,
21.
Is he 21?
Yeah,
so,
he's
I
in
mean,
his-
yeah. So here you got a guy that's going to be, you know, is probably mid to late 20s by the time you would
the
have.
second one comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can definitely do an Uncharted 1 storyline by then.
Yeah.
So I think it could work. out
He'll
well.
have some facial hair by then, so you know he'll be a little
Peach
grizzled.
fuzz.
Yeah, he'll be grizzled for the second or third movie. He'll be C. Thomas Howell for the third movie.
Yeah. C. Thomas Howell was at Comic-Con this
He was just
weekend.
chugging beers at one point. Did you notice that? He was just.
He did not have a large crowd of people at his signing booth. We didn't go up and say hi to him. I had wanted to, but we just didn't. He has a very large beard going on, by the way.
Yeah, he looked like fucking Wild Hunter, man, like ready to fucking kill shit. But he, I don't know. I guess a rough day at Wizard World for
I
him.
don't know. Yeah, he was putting them down though.
He
It probably
was.
would have made for a good interview.
Yeah, right. Probably would have been all sauced up for us. We should have done it.
I know.
Oh man.
Maybe next year.
Yeah.
Bill, read our next one.
All right. Though the Resident Evil franchise just recently ended, it is already being rebooted. The German film company Constantine Film is behind the new franchise with James Wan attached to produce.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I do too.
So do I.
I mean, the Resident Evil franchise was already dragged out long enough.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the fact that it's kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean at this point. Like when a movie comes on, you just don't know which one it is. You're like, you know, is that the third one? Is that the fourth one? Is that even the second one? Like, I don't know. Like, so when they all come on TV and it's like retaliation, retribution, and I'm like, I don't know which one this is, but
Put a number in it.
all I know is they're fighting evil Umbrella Corporation and they're zombies and stuff, and yeah, so.
Like, how are you going to reboot a franchise that literally just ended? Like,
Because of how much fans hated
Just
the
when
movie
you
franchise.
thought.
yeah, but they were also not making money either.
Yeah, it's the only way they can successfully do it, in my eyes, is if they go back to basically Resident Evil video game and kind of do just like isolating the characters walking through the mansion and trying to figure out and make it a horror movie.
They're going to have to have an
That's the only way they can do it.
Combining herbs and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it worked for Resident Evil 7 going back to that horror element of the game instead of the action element.
the production budget on that is going to have to be so astronomically low for them to be able to make money the way that the last 10 years of
That would be
franchise has gone.
That's a perfect way to film it then if it's going to be that low.
Yeah.
Maybe do like a Pulp Fiction style and have like each character and just kind of jump between the characters and what they're doing going on through the mansion.
That's a good look.
That's the only way I can think of it actually succeeding.
wow.
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 Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow, it's Marley. So we got Resident Evil rebooted once again, coming back. Not really excited.
All right. Mike is giving us a thumbs up over
We good,
here.
Mike?
Well, I fixed the technical difficulty.
What was the difficulty?
Who
I don't
fucked it
know.
up,
It's
Mike?
called uninstall the software and reinstall it.
Ah.
It works every time.
Wow.
Who fucked it up, Mike?
I'm not going to say because we don't know for sure. I can only assume somebody did, but I'm not going to throw that
He's
person
good.
under
There's
the
a
bus.
fucking fish man.
No, he's going to chew me out after the show's over. I guarantee it because he thinks it was me.
Oh, no, I know.
Breaking news.
I know it wasn't
That's
you, Deej.
chewing to take place.
Deej, I know it was not you. I think I know who it was, and that person will remain nameless until the
Who could
microphones
it be?
are off.
He will
Was
remain.
it the 1987 Denver Broncos? Was it?
God damn it, Greg.
He will remain nameless until the name has been revealed, and then only then will you know his name. For it is
You bastard!
Sounds like a bad Volbeat song.
Do you have a?
I wanna be I think my mic just got turned up.
What have I done?
What, you don't like Volbeat?
How about Trump singing Volbeat?
Listen, Donald Trump could sing a lot of songs, but to sing Volbeat, it would be pretty hard. You know, guitar gangsters, Cadillac blood, okay? You know the song, the pool of booze, 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 booze. You know, there's a lot of other good songs, a lot of B-list songs for Volbeat. They got a lot of them. You know, there's a lot of other songs. What's another song? Still counting all the assholes in the room. That's not including you know, Mr. Putin over here, my good pal. But you know, he's not my pal according to recent investigations. I must start right there. However, there are other good songs as well by Volbeat. What's one of your
Lonesome
favorites?
one, I think it's.
Lonesome Rider, something like. You know, that's another good song right there. You know, there's you know, I don't know. I mean, one of my favorite bands, I gotta say, is Chicago. Okay, I love Chicago. You know, what's the song? You know. What's the song with the numbers?
5, 4, 3, 2, 4.
Yeah, 20, 25, 6, 2, 3, 4. I don't
8,
know.
6, 7, 5, 3,
Yeah, that song. You know, I'm not really good with numbers, but you know what I'm really good at is talking to people. The Cinescape people are smart, intelligent people. They know what they're talking about. They know a lot of better music than Volbeat, even though they might love Volbeat. I gotta say, okay, it's one of those things. I'm gonna jump in my Cadillac now with my guitars and my gangsters. Okay, it's Cadillac blood. Okay, but for now, That is Donald Trump, and that is my review of the band Volbeat. So that's what I got to say about that. But I love Chicago. Okay, my other favorite band is Genesis. I gotta love Genesis. Phil Collins, amazing. The man gets off the drums and comes up and sings. I love it. Easy Lover. Sean, you love Easy Lover. I know you love Easy Lover. It's a great song. But also In the Air Tonight. It's about this guy who dies, and it's phenomenal. That's all I gotta say. It's phenomenal.
Well, there's your music wrap up with
Kovifi. Also, Kovifi, if you know what I'm talking about, just a great word. I went full Trump. I did. That's a great movie, by the way. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Khan is this space villain. And what does he do? He traps the Enterprise in space, inside a nebula. Okay, and then Spock. Gotta love Mr. Spock. But you know what I gotta say? He's an idiot. I would not have done this. He went down to the engine room, and what does he do? He fixes the radioactive leak that is happening in engineering. You just don't do that. Yeah, you just don't do that. And you know what he did? He caused himself to die. What an idiot. What a fool. I would have taken a small shuttlecraft and, got away, much more quickly. But, that is what Spock did. And you know what? The search for Spock continued in Star Trek 3, and then, you know what? They finally made their way in 4 on the voyage.
Oh, durka.
Yeah, Muhammad Jihad. But, you know what? It's The Wrath of Khan is one of the penultimate movies out there. It's a must-see. It's a must-see.
Wow.
But you know what? I would watch Marley and Me ahead of Star Trek anytime. It's such a riveting, strong movie. The character Owen Wilson plays is phenomenal. Incredible character, going through a lot of emotional pains. DJ, stop it! Please go get us more beer. Thank you.
All right. As DJ is going to get us more beer, we're going to get back on track here.
Yeah, you can't get back on track. Not after Donald Trump singing booja 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 booja.
The Strain actor Jack Kessie has joined the cast of Deadpool 2 to play a villain. It is being rumored that he is playing the villain. Black Tom Cassidy. I'm not too familiar with this character. We're not sure if he is going to be that or not. Bill, any input onto this news?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for a Venomverse taking place. I'm excited with some of the characters that are already in play here.
We're not talking about Venom yet.
Oh shit! Which one are we on? Fuck.
About Deadpool 2.
Yeah, I have no clue about that. I was looking at the next one.
All right, we'll read the next one.
All right, well, Sony's upcoming Black Cat and Silver Sable film has officially been given the title of Silver and Black. The film is also set for an October 2018 release date with Gina Prince Bythewood. Bythewood?
Sure.
Bythewood?
Bythewood.
Bythewood. Bythewood.
Bythewood.
Set to direct. The timing of the release is strange, as the Venom film...
Wow.
starring Tom Hardy is
Wow.
It's also set to release the same month. So
Wow.
It's pretty shocking. Wow. That this would actually happen so close together, but maybe maybe this is what's kind of good at times. Sony bringing together something new, seeing how it all comes together, and slamming 2 movies back to back like that might be pretty interesting.
But in the same month, though, like, aren't they going to cannibalize each other a little bit?
I don't know.
I mean, and you would want.
Maybe you would only expect one movie to really do what it's going to do, and then you expect.
Well, then why not put it in a different month then?
Wow! I don't know why. Why?
I
don't know, but who cares?
Michael?
Just a little update. I'm over here watching the Wizard World live on Facebook stream of the Escape Room.
Right.
And John Heder, Thomas Ian Nicholas, Ryder Strong, and Lainey Sarum just escaped the room.
Okay.
With 2 minutes left.
Nice.
They escaped the room. So a little update on what happened to the guest that was supposed to call a little bit ago. We had some technical
He had actually
difficulties,
tweeted
but he
at me a
escaped the
little
room.
bit. He said he's going to be calling in around 3 o'clock.
So we're going a little late today.
A little
All
late.
right.
That's all right. We got a couple more stories after this, and we want to talk Wonder Woman too. But this Sony debacle here, again, I don't know why you would put them in the same month. I would bet all the money that we make from the Cinescape on one of these dates moving. That's not going to happen. I'm not really keen on seeing a Black Cat Silver Sable movie as of now until we see a trailer or get some casting news or something of the sort. It could be cool, but again, we've talked about this before. If they're not going to have Spider-Man in this Spider-Verse, then it is like wiping before you poop. It just does not make sense. And that's all I have to say about that. Bill, read our next one. I think you'll enjoy this.
Okay. All right. Hold on, my mouse. A Top Gun sequel. Oh my God. Top Gun is officially happening according to Tom Cruise. It's true. Yeah, it's true. You know what? I'm going to start filming it probably in the next year. I know it's happening. It's definitely happening. Cruise also confirmed that the film is titled Top Gun Maverick. Well, we definitely know Goose isn't coming back.
No,
I
I don't think so.
But you know, this would definitely be cool to get back. Back on the big screen. You know how this plays out. I don't know, but do you think there's any chance we get Val Kilmer as Iceman?
I don't know. He was just having a lot of health problems recently.
Really?
And it doesn't look like he's in the best shape either. Whether we see him back or not, remains to be seen. But I would probably lean towards no at this point, just from everything that I had read about him, health wise. Just what Tom Cruise said in this interview snippet that I took for this story. It kind of sounds like he's trying to convince himself that it's actually going to happen rather than the
Tom
reporter.
Cruise. Yeah.
You know what? It's actually going to happen.
Well, I saw
happening.
I saw the interview that he announced it on. I think it was like a British outlet or something like that, and he was kind of took it as if it was a kid that he was trying to keep under wraps for so long. His wife was pregnant for so long. He was like, "Yeah, it's true. We're having a baby. It's coming in 9 months. Look out. It's coming." He was, didn't want to get excited for it or show any
you
excitement.
want to jump all over a couch about it?
Right, yeah,
Okay.
not Oprah style, but he was definitely reserved in his demeanor. And, whoa, we got a picture up here. Friends said it's official. Top Gun 2 was announced today. I'm ready, Tom. Still got my Top Gun plaque.
Yeah, but look
Still
at
got
look
That's
at him.
from
though.
Val Kilmer. He said
That's
he's
Val
ready.
Kilmer?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It
Look
looks
at
like
him. He
the-
looks like he's on the verge of death.
It looks like oh my God, it looks like the
He's-
chick from the smoking commercials.
But he tweeted that out the day that they announced it, and he said that he was ready.
Wow.
He's ready for something. I don't know if he's ready to be in a Top Gun movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not looking good. Yeah, I told you. I told you, Bill.
He's bad, man.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, let's get Slider in there and Merlin. Maybe Sundown.
Well, we have one more not TV buzz, flipping the script story for you. 13 reasons why actor Henry Zaga has been cast as the mutant Sunspot in the upcoming New Mutants film from Fox. Sunspot previously appeared in Days of Future Past. Also cast are actors Charlie Heaton as Cannonball and actress Blue Hunt as Danielle Moonstar. We had talked in the past about this New Mutants project that's coming up. We're not too keen on some of the mutants that are going to be in this one.
We don't take kindly to your kind.
We did see Sunspot in Days of Future Past and the future sequences. When the future Sentinels are attacking. But other than that, we do have Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones in there. We have Anya Taylor-Joy that was cast recently as well. I'm not too sure who these new actors that have been cast are, but
All these people.
the cast is shaping up. I'm sure there's going to be quite a number of mutants that we're going to see of the new variety. So it'll be interesting to see how that all unfolds. I had also read that the director Josh Boone had said that he's going to make this more of a horror movie than just a straight up action superhero comic book kind of movie, which is very intriguing. You know, we really haven't gotten really any movies in the comic book genres, you know, aside from maybe Blade, that have been, you know, in the horror realm. I mean, Doctor Strange kind of went there a little bit. So that'll be really cool to see a new spin on, you know, different kind of genre being incorporated into a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Anything else to add to that, Billy?
No, not really.
No? Okay.
No, we can move on.
All right, well, that is it for our Flipping the Script segment. We just have our Wonder Woman review to get to, which we, as we mentioned earlier, we saw this past Thursday night. Yeah, we had nice comfy seats over at the AMC in the Chamonix Theater.
No, we weren't at AMC.
Or no, we were in Oxford Valley.
We were
right.
at Regal.
That's right. Well, we had nice comfy seats over the Regal over at Oxford Valley.
Regal Cineplex.
So, Bill, give me your impressions of the movie. You know what you thought about it.
I thought it was pretty good. It was solid all around. I give it a 7.2 out of 10. On
those decimal points, don't you?
Yeah, I mean it just carries the weight so much more. On the Taz snooze-o-meter.
Oh, well, hold on. Before you give us your snooze-o-meter score, as you may or may not know, every time recently that we have gone to a movie, Bill has fallen asleep. He's fallen asleep during Kong Skull Island, Alien Covenant. What else, Bill?
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Batman vs Superman. What other DC movie did we have in there? Do we have another one?
No, I think that was it.
I think that's it.
And even Guardians.
Oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy too.
So Bill has a tendency to hit the lights out on
lights
his
out
consciousness during these movies. So we have recently incorporated a Taz snooze-o-meter, judging on how good the film
Mike, can
was.
I get a whiteboard, please?
How good
You
the
need a whiteboard?
Yeah, you got one of my whiteboards?
how good the movie was based on Bill's ability to stay awake. So when Bill gets back, he's getting a whiteboard to illustrate this for us, and he is going to go over just how his new scoring metric system works and what he gave it out of his snoozes. So, Bill, why don't you explain how the snooze-o-meter works?
So the snooze-o-meter is a scale of 1 to 5 Z's, okay? So we got 1, 2,
We know
3,
that when people sleep,
4,
they make Z's.
5. Yeah, so on the snooze-o-meter here, 5 being the ultimate, you're asleep, your head's, hanging off your shoulder.
You're snoring.
You're snoring, some drool maybe, leaving the orifice of your face.
Okay. Body twitches, the whole nine, right?
Basically, total REM sleep.
Okay.
You're in a nice REM sleep, eye flickering state. It's pretty well absorbed in the seat. So, you can just imagine on a scale of 1 Z, you're pretty coherent. You're pretty cognizant of what's taking place on the screen in front of you. Full audio receptiveness to what's going on, and you are pretty well engaged in the movie. You are in the experience. So you can only imagine on a scale of 1 to 5, 3, you are probably nodding off periodically throughout the movie. So on this scale, I gave it 1 Z total, which means that...
You circled 2 Z's.
It's an overlapping. It's
okay.
a little Venn diagram-ish, but you can understand, So we got 1 Z for the Wonder Woman movie. That's what I give it. 1 Z, meaning that you are fully engaged, understanding what's going on, well absorbed into the plot line. You are watching this movie. And so, I give it a 7.2. I think it held itself very well. Had, a really cohesive storyline. Bounced off some of the, the small players in the movie pretty well. I thought it didn't really overreach too much, not trying to really establish more than what it, really needed to intend to, which has been a problem with some of the DC movies. They try to establish so much, and it really gets the, it can really take away from the overall movie.
Right, yeah, I do agree. Thank you, DJ. DJ is back with some beers. Thank you, DJ. The movies that we have gotten in the DC universe, aside from Man of Steel, they, like you just said, they have had a hard time in trying to be self-contained stories.
Yeah.
Trying to do too much in too little amount of time, you know, incorporating this, adding that. Wonder Woman, aside from the very beginning of the film where we're gonna get into spoilers here a little bit, not too much.
Yeah,
we
don't want to
get Daniel Robert upset or anything, but we do want to talk about the movie. So if you don't want to hear anything about it, if you haven't seen it yet, maybe just lower the volume for the next couple of minutes. But you know, we saw the beginning of the movie where it starts out. Diana got the original photo of her, Steve Trevor, and the rest of the soldiers that we did see in BVS.
Yeah.
That really was the only kind of inclusion into anything in the larger DC universe.
How did you feel about the supposed Captain America First Avengers undertones in the movie?
I can definitely see where people are saying that. Obviously, you know, the first Avenger took place during World War II. This took place during World War I.
Both had a giant bomber plane equivalent to its time.
It did, yeah. At the end there, you know, self-sacrificing for the sake of you know, others. Yeah, I mean, definitely the through lines are there in the comparison that you can make. There's no denying that. DJ?
Wasn't the original comic based on World War I? So of course they're going to have kind of overlap. Both Captain America was created during World War II, right? Wonder Woman during World War I. So
yeah, I mean, like
you can't complain about the overlapping comparison.
Yeah,
sorry.
and that's there's. I mean, you can't really get too upset about it. Like obviously, you just said that's, you know, the origins of the character. So they're, you know, they're going back. Wonder Woman's 75 years old, going on 76 this year. So I mean, yeah, it's just like a little nitpicky thing. I do have a nitpicky thing to get into later. I'm going to save that for now. But Bill, you gave it a 7.2. I gave it a solid 7 out of 10. The action scenes that we did get, I think, were few and far between. You know, we got the nice one on Themyscira in the beginning of the film when the German soldiers had came to the island. But largely the entire second act of the movie, there were no action set pieces whatsoever. There was probably close to an hour before the battle scene with the German soldiers again took place.
And they said they almost cut out the No Man Land scene.
They might as well just cut out the whole movie, because that was probably the coolest part of the movie. I think that scene was better than the end battle with Ares.
But one thing we did discuss about that character and the nature of how the film ended was that we did like the fact that Ares being, you know, one of the gods of Greek mythology, and knowing that Wonder Woman herself comes from that mythology. Yet this movie also had to establish her being in this real world that she wasn't accustomed to yet.
Yeah, and like a fish out of water kind of story.
And understanding that the war that was taking place was a much different war than she was trained for, and obviously
she's been trained for a war that has never happened,
right?
And
with a god that she's never met, and
that they didn't even know if he was still alive or around.
And that doubt comes about in the movie, because as she's seeing this war unfold that Stephen Trevor is entrenched in, she is starting to question what she necessarily believes, because Stephen Trevor's starting to tell her, you know, no, it's not just like one guy that you're thinking about.
Yeah,
like,
she thinks that if she goes and kills Ares, you know, the war is going to stop.
There's
and everybody's
millions
gonna be happy.
of people that, you know, are risking their lives, losing their lives, and she's starting to see things that she doesn't know what is real and what is fake. So it was nice to see that struggle, but then it also be balanced. But then at the end, everything kind of come together, and, you know, really establish a villain that fell under the radar, but, you know, came true to the fable, to the myth that, you know, she was, you know, brought up to believe. So I think, you know, at the end of the movie, she understands where both lie.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, you know, you fast forward ahead to Batman vs Superman, and you're able to understand why she's, you know, so important to this franchise, and how she can really bring everything together.
Yeah, I've written a review when we gotten home from the movie, you know, about my thoughts and all. I did highlight her naivety in the movie, you know, like you were just talking about, you know, what she thought she knew, and then, you know, how that related to the war that was actually going on, and, you know, her want and need to be saving these people that she didn't really know existed previously. That really shone through, and it was really nice to see. You felt her compassion. You got a lot of different ranges of emotion from her. Whether she was being told that no, you can't do this, or this isn't the way that things basically go. And I really thought that for an actress like Gal Gadot, who really hasn't been in too many things, and the way that she's kind of gotten a lot of backlash since she's been cast as Wonder Woman initially, I thought she did a really nice job. Like I just said, a lot of range of emotions. Her action scenes that we did get were really fun. She was very charming. She was very funny when the scenes called for it, but unlike some of the most recent Marvel movies, it wasn't over-the-top humor that took you out of it because it was just very out of place. Like I had mentioned, the second act of the movie, there wasn't really any action. It was more character building as she's in this new world, learning the customs of England and what you should wear and what you should say and how you should act. And it was a kind of Thor-ish fish out of water, when he first comes to Earth and doesn't know how to be around humans. It felt very similar to that in a way. But at the same time, I started, my snooze-o-meter started going up a little bit during Act 2 of the movie, just because, there wasn't really much exciting things happening. So that second act really started to take me out of the movie. Up until that point, when we did get the No Man's Land action set piece, which was a lot of fun. Third act of the movie, the fight with Ares, I thought he looked pretty cool when he got his armor on. The bait and switch with who he actually was. The trailers might lead you to believe that it was one character when it was actually somebody else. I won't mention that yet. It was kind of predictable when you started to see it unfolding initially. And that's fine. I mean, you're just, if you've gone to the movies ever and you kind of know how they go, you're going to pick up on things like that and not be too surprised, unless it's like an M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Right.
But overall, I mean, I was kind of split on how much I liked it compared to how much I didn't like it. I feel like the positives of the movie, and I go more into depth in my review, so I don't want to spit everything back out here. That you can go ahead and read that. And I did put a mild spoiler warning on the caption tag.
I saw that.
Just to be safe. I didn't want to upset anybody, but I really didn't get spoilery in the review at all. So if you didn't see the movie yet, you can feel free to read that.
Did you guys see the movie?
Anything for you?
I have not yet, but I do have one question.
Okay.
It's been bugging me since I read it when they first announced Wonder Woman, when they said, oh, they're going to make her Kryptonian or some kind of Kryptonian descendant. Is that true?
No.
No? Good.
No.
Okay.
Now, Sean,
that really upset me when I read that, 4 years ago when that came out, and I haven't heard anything since. So.
Now,
they
Sean,
stuck true to, well, I don't want to ruin it for you too much. I mean, the way that they explain her origin isn't really that big of a deal, but it is not Kryptonian.
All right, good.
What were you going to say about?
But there is one thing in the movie that was a big deal for you.
Oh, I know. I know what you're going to say.
And this is coming to me as quite a shock.
Yes.
But we'll jump into it. So there has something to deal with a certain animal.
Yes, there was.
And what animal might that be?
And it's a goddamned armadillo.
I thought it was going to be a platypus.
No. DJ, if somebody asked you where armadillos live, where would you tell them?
I don't know. I would say like Australia or something like that, New Zealand.
Mike, where do you think armadillos live?
Arizona.
Yeah, like the southern U.S. and South America. They do not live, as far as I am aware, anywhere near Greece or in really any other parts of the world except North and South America. But at one point in the beginning of the film on Themyscira, there is a scene where an armadillo walks by the scene.
Well, this is a mythological
There we have
island.
an armadillo up on the screen.
Yes, that is an armadillo. They're just the only other animals that we saw on the island were horses. So you're going to take an animal that a random any kind of let's just pick a armadillo, throw that in there. Like, why wouldn't you at least pick something that's indigenous to the area? It's stupid.
What
it made
movie
no
is this
sense.
from?
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. A movie with a woman who has superhuman strength
on a mythical island.
superpowers.
Maybe it's a mythadillo.
We're gonna get mad about the armadillo.
Yes.
Gotcha.
It drove me crazy the entire movie.
The whole time. Everything else is all good and dandy. She's deflecting bullets, but
that was fine.
That was fine.
I
We're
got
all good
that.
with that.
But
That's
at least
fine.
be true
God
to your
damn it, the armadillo.
your zoological inclinations here. So yeah, that angered me. It's a big topic of debate after the movie. The only other thing that, really took me out of the movie were the cast of flunky soldiers that accompanied her and Steve Trevor around. They were entirely actually there's two other things. Those guys, they really served no point. They were useless. They had no skill whatsoever, and if anything, they were more of the stupid comedic relief that you didn't really need in that movie, especially because they didn't do anything. So I thought they were wasted characters. And Dr. Poison, the girl that you see in the trailer with the the mask thing over half of her face, she was a very Batman and Robin-esque over-the-top character.
Well, it's funny you mention that because there's been swirling rumors that say that is she possibly the creator of Bane. There's been news coming about,
Really?
the scene with when she's discovering certain things.
Is she
People are
discovering
wondering,
that?
name?
Bane's the name. That's the game.
Oh, that'd be
So,
dumb.
what do you think about that?
I think it'd be dumb. I don't ever want to see her character again or have her mentioned again. Like, her facial expressions, every time she was shown on screen, her eyes went up to her forehead. She just looked entirely surprised at every single thing that was going on.
Is that is that more the type of creature
I
you
would have
wanted
rather
to see?
seen a freaking unicorn on the island than a...
Pegasus?
Damn it.
Wanted to see a Pegasus flying around.
That would
on
be
the island?
fine. Not an armadillo. But yeah, Dr. Poison sucked. Other than that, like I said,
What about the fucking aerosol that the other dude was sniffing? Like,
the gas.
yeah. Like, why don't you establish what that is other than it slightly just being cocaine?
Well, they
and-
said it was like a mustard gas.
Yeah, but it was like aerosol cocaine that he would just snort and he would just be able to fucking do everything faster, better.
I was kind of
Maybe that's the original Venom formula.
maybe.
I was interested in why it had absolutely zero effect on Wonder Woman at all. Like, just nothing. Like,
Yeah.
she can just walk through it. It's fine. Like, I don't know, a big thing like it's gonna kill.
Well, you wanted
hundreds
her
of
to like
thousands of
cough or something? A
Yeah,
little
at
bit?
least show us some kind of acknowledgement that it's bad stuff. Like, oh, this is so bad that even Wonder Woman's affected by it a little bit. Like, I don't want it to kill her, but
Well, that's why Steve Trevor showed up and he was just coughing a little bit, you know?
and yeah, Steve Trevor, Chris Pine did a really great job with his character. I just feel like he was given way too much to do for a Wonder Woman movie where it's
You felt
the
he had to
first-
carry a lot, right?
Yeah, unnecessarily. I mean, it's her very first solo movie in the 75 years that she's been around, and for such a big deal, female empowerment angle, feminism angle, whatever you want to say about it, but for women, this movie especially was an incredibly big deal, and I think that Diana should have been given more to do and taken some of the burden off of Steve Trevor's character. Not to say that he was bad. Like, I thought he was excellent in what he had to do, but I just think they gave him too much and took away from her. We could have given her more lines of dialogue or more screen time or more, just more things to do in general. But he was good. I mean, I don't have a negative thing to say about him. I thought his ending was a little unnecessary too. But other than that, like I said, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I don't think I loved it quite as much as a lot of critics are saying. I feel like because it was good and it was her first solo movie, it's kind of getting treated more fairly than maybe it would have if she'd been in 2 or 3 movies. But yeah, I would definitely want to go see it another time and give it another go and see what I thought about it the second time. Any other closing thoughts on Wonder Woman, Bill?
No, it was a great movie. Perfect for some new fans out there. Go out and see it.
Okay. Well, that we didn't hear back from Thomas, right?
No, we'll have to see what's going on. We'll have to catch back up with him.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna work on that. We didn't get to talk to him today. Maybe we can get him back on the show next time or if we stick around and do an after show, we can come to
See
call
what
into
happens.
that.
Mike's got a meal prep. I mean,
Yeah, that's fine.
you got to pick up mom?
2 burritos and
There you go. Simple and sweet. 2 burritos, done.
all right, well, that is going to wrap it up for us today. Episode 21 of the show in the books. We just wanted to, again, thank our sponsor, Alternate Dimension Toys, for their continuing support of our show. Make sure you go and check out the link that I posted on our Twitter handle at Cinescape Cast for that Hotchka giveaway. There's Blu-rays. And make sure you follow us online, all social media. Search us. Make sure you're giving us likes, reviews, comments on iTunes, all that good stuff. For myself, Sean Harrigan, for Bill Tazzi, Toxic Mike, and DJ, we want to say thank you, and we will see you guys again in 2 weeks.